Yes, we're live. Dun, dun, dun. Well, hello. That
Oh.
last event was a pitch fest. That was awful. God, that was awful. It's like a slime that started to creep up on your skin, a film, a putty that you just want to wash off, and you secretly promise to yourself you will never be the grime on another person's body if they attend your event, right? So you've been to it, where maybe it was one, like you went to an Eventbrite of like, oh, I'm gonna learn how to grow my business, and then it was a pitch, a pitch, a pitch as soon as you got into the room. Or it was multiple speakers on an interesting topic, women's leadership or something. Every single session was a setup.
Ooh.
Every single speaker had something to sell. Some of them had pretty much the same thing. It was just another person. And then you get frustrated if you bought from another one. And then you're like, oh crap, that person, I didn't even know this one was going to be better. What do I do? By the end, you feel used, the room feels a bit suffocated, and you make this secret pact to yourself. I'm never gonna I'm never gonna do this to other people. I'm just going to deliver, and
Yes.
people will never have to worry about that. And you wonder why you're not making more money.
Mm.
This is for you.
Drop in the comments if you're listening on the recording or even with us live here now. Have you ever been to a Pitch Fest event? Let us know. We cannot be the only ones. I feel like we're in good company. Clearly, they're all the people who were at the event with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
Well, this is the Wake Up Women Leaders podcast. It's our 11th
Woohoo!
episode. Woo, 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 woo. Nettie, do tell us a bit about yourself. If this is their first time, do tell.
Yeah, well, if this is your first time, welcome. We're glad you're here, and hopefully, you find something that we say interesting or thought provoking that helps you come up with a new perspective, do things a little differently, maybe lean into your way of being a leader. And that's actually a little bit about me as well. My name's Nettie Owens. I do executive coaching, and I help women in leadership to really define their own system of success, lean into it, and deliver so that they can get amazing results and their team can as well. And I do this through private one-on-one coaching as well as through strategic planning and accountability programs. How about you, Victoria?
Yay. Sensei Victoria Whitfield, founder of strategicmeditation.com, where I help impact driven entrepreneurs and leaders to get and stay grounded and clear in mind, body, and business. So it's my joy for over 16 years now to help you increase your energy levels so that you can increase your income and impact. And I'm excited for today's topic because one of the things that I work with my clients on in private sessions or when we do retreats is soulful sales or healing your relationship with sales
Mhm.
as a service provider, as an expert, especially for those of us who are coming from the employee mindset or the corporate mindset into then self-employment. It's
Mhm.
an identity shift to be able to make an offer and ask for the sale. And before we get to that level of comfort, we'll have experiences that paint sales in a slimy, crappy light, and that's what tends to stick with us.
Mhm.
And colors our expectation around pitching our offer or sharing our services, and all it is offering to help solve problems for other people. Like, we all want to help other people, but ooh, God forbid we get paid for it. um
Or that
and
we
this
for it or that we ask for it. We want to
Mm,
help people, but heavens, we can't let people know what we do and ask them to work with us because we've been painted this picture of sales as being slimy, or we've seen it as we're going to be talking about today. And I cannot tell you how many women leaders I've worked with who are entrepreneurs at this point who will say, I am not a salesperson, and say it in such a way that sales people are demonized. And,
yeah.
um, this just unwillingness to take on this identity, I think it comes a lot from having experiences like a pitch fest. And, we've talked a little bit about what that looks like. I can relate very, very directly to this. And unfortunately, my experience came from a women's organization, which was just hugely disappointing for me. It was a very well-regarded women's organization that's still out doing things in the world. A lot of my friends were involved in this organization and are still, and have gotten a lot of business from it. But I went to their event multiple days. Every single session, the speaker made a pitch. And the organization as a whole also made a pitch. So you had just session after session leading to coaching, books, marketing offers, all sorts of things, whatever they were on stage talking about. And the unfortunate part about this is that, first of all, I have been conscious about not doing that in the events that I host, even when I bring speakers in. If it had just been that, okay, fine, that's one result. But for me, I never want to go back to that organization. I lost trust in them. I saw them as not as ethical as, you know, my friends had described their experiences, but me being there and witnessing that, it made me feel like whatever I heard was wrong because I experienced something different. And I've never gone back. I've never been involved with them since then, which, you know, that's not the result that you're looking for. And also, we want to make sure, because we feel like you're not the kind of people that would do that, but we're most concerned that you're going to just stop selling. And that's a problem too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. And I can relate. My experience of the Fest was through the coaching industry. Similarly,
Mhm,
multi-day event, big name coach, tremendous life-changing information. But unfortunately, the most like the the memory that sticks the most out to me, even though like all of the things that I learned really just up leveled my life and my mindset, so amazing, what an amazing coach, but the pitch was so hard and so long and so harsh and not even done by the actual coach themselves. They brought in, like, I guess they must have contracted, a sales company. Hey, by all means. I've seen pitches done by others than the coach, and it done in an elegant way and wonderful. And oh my gosh, like amazing. But it was so hard, so fast, so loud, that I took the opportunity to leave the room. Like, it was such a turn off. And if I know I would have bought that coach's program if they would have presented it in a less crazy hard sell way. And
mhm,
I'm a like at the time I was just a Reiki master. I wasn't a coach at the time, although I have plenty of clients who would beg to differ. So being like an energy sensitive individual, it was like an assault
mhm,
for the senses. And in the holistic world, this is also, you don't like, you either you go into your masculine to sell, and kind of like get as much money off of people as possible, or you let everything around you imply that money might be needed at some point, but no one's going to mention how any of that happens. You have to figure it out if you want to buy something. It's a disaster.
All right, there's a middle ground. Actually, it's not, well, I guess, yeah, middle ground, because we do want to bring in some structure from the masculine, and we want to bring in some of the connection and relationship and um, emotion from the feminine and sensuality that comes from the feminine. So when we can blend these, then we can have an ethical sales experience that serves both the person who is making the sale and the person who is being sold to. And that's our goal here, is that both parties walk away feeling mutually satisfied and served in the experience. And Victoria and I are here to say this is 100% possible. We've both done it in our events. And I'm sure the people that we work with would also say, that they felt good in the sale and that they did not feel as if they were being taken advantage of, because they weren't. You can choose to walk a path that does not have you like becoming a criminal to attack your potential clients, and that it elevated their experience of working together. So here's the thing: we want to make sure that that you understand it's not just that it's not that something was offered, it's not that a pitch was made that is a problem. So the first belief we need you to come to understanding about is that it wasn't that an offer was made that something went wrong. It was how the offer was made. It was how it was set up ahead of time, prior to that offer being made. And what happened in these events is, for one, you actually have to pace things, right? So I feel like I need to say this. If this were a romantic relationship, we would not just go for sex. Like, that would not be the first thing that we would do, right? You have to meet the person, you have to build the relationship, you have to build trust, and there's probably some level of tease and foreplay and people like getting to a point where they're interested in moving forward, and it has to be consensual. And then we move forward, right? And there are points along the whole way where somebody can ethically and feel good and whole to walk away and just say, you know what, no, not for me, not my style, I don't like this, okay, I'm out. And nobody is harmed or whatever in the making of this. So I want you to keep that in mind, because this is actually not that different from that kind of an experience.
Yeah. In making intentions known, revealing your intentions. So even in the romantic relationship metaphor, to ask the other person, so what are you looking for, is important, rather than dancing around it or ramming into it and coming up upon two completely different intentions, one open to and one completely closed. That's a problem. That's incongruent. And so in the event context, setting your intention from the jump, communicating, like, and Nettie, you always do this really well, that you frame the room saying, listen, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going through some different exercises. I'm going to introduce you to some context. And I want you to know that if you want to go further, you will have an opportunity to, if it speaks to you, right? Framing the room so that they know from the jump, hey, this is the intention. Not only are you going to get the value delivered today, but you will also have an opportunity to upgrade the amount of value you go away with. And that's why we make the offer. Selling is serving. Selling is good. Selling is sacred. Selling is healing. We are solving problems. You do not sell unless you're helping somebody improve their life, their business, the world, or themselves in some way, shape, and form. As a Reiki master, I had to get over that in the beginning of like overcoming sales shame of like, why would I, ask somebody for their hard-earned money? Versus, wait a minute, what am I selling? Sessions where they relax and let all of their stress and tension go and have time to be alone or in a safe place and drop deep into a state of safety, security, peace, and love. Why wouldn't I offer that? What am I doing? Right? So there's competing mindsets that could stop us from offering the good work that we do, whatever it is. But making your intention known is asking for consent. Frame it is one layer of asking for consent, framing the room first, and then also asking explicitly for consent and giving people options to get up and leave, knowing that we're going to be going from learning mode to ascension mode, right? There's about to be a shift in the room for some people who are interested in. So saying something along the lines of, okay, everyone, so we've been over these concepts and I've put something together that could make this all really easy that continues past today. If it speaks to you, if you'd love to hear it, feel free to stay in the room. Otherwise, you're welcome to leave at any time. Thank you so much for coming. But for those who are ready to hear it, let me share with you. And then moving forward with that consent rather than just smashing right through into a sale. Would you agree, Nettie? Or
Yeah, and I think in the examples that you're giving, what's standing out for me, and it's a small technical thing that actually makes the whole process work, and that is alignment. So, like when you're misaligned because what you're offering in your sale is not what you've been working on the whole time, then it is going to feel disjoint, and people are much more likely to leave the room, right? But if what you're offering, uh, if what you've delivered at the first part of the event is complete in and of itself, and what you're offering is for people who are ready for more support or to take the next step or to fill in a gap or to fix something that is part of the work that you've done, then it's going to feel like a natural next step. What we want to avoid is one, a misaligned offer where like you're selling books here and you're selling skis here, misaligned. Like we don't want that at all. But also, we want to make sure that you didn't hold back in your event to sell something later that could have been delivered in your event and perhaps was part of what was promised, because people are definitely going to walk away feeling lied to if they paid for an event or if they showed up and gave their time, and were promised certain objectives that you didn't deliver on, that you explicitly held back so that you could sell them at a higher price point later. So that is also misaligned, and we want to be mindful of that. Again, your event should be complete in and of itself based on the objectives that you set, which means you need to be really clear on what you're delivering both at the event and what is continuity after the event, so that you don't kind of commingle those kinds of things. And I'm also a fan, we already talked about this in a prior episode, I don't remember which one, but deliver early. Like deliver on your promised objectives early in your event so that no matter what, they walk away feeling like, oh my gosh, that was so worth it. And everything and anything you do on top of that feels like a gift to have received.
100%. The event needs to be valuable. And what the heck is value, by the way? So I'll tell you what is not valuable so you understand what is valuable. What's not valuable is, as an attendee, not having an opportunity to say something. If I just show up and it's you talking at me/us the whole time, no engagement with the other people in the room, it's a group event. It's not just a one-on-one conversation or right. There's no opportunity to engage, turn to a neighbor, or even raise a hand and ask a question. That's not valuable. So number one, to add value to your event, so that helps you earn the right to sell. Let people engage. Work that into your programming. Number two, believe it or not, paper. When you hand out at least a flyer, if not a worksheet, all of a sudden your event goes from unvaluable to valuable. Giving people the booklet or the worksheet for the event, something that well, it's not just information, but I also get to fill it out, and I'm not talking about where to sign up. Right. So some sort of controlled notes taking or worksheet workshopping, that, and it could be one freaking page, will take your event from being perceived as this was not valuable, I don't even remember what you said, to, ooh, I have this thing that I got to work on and express myself into, or your words were so good I had to write it down. That was a writer downer.
Mhm.
That also helps you earn the right to be able to sell at the end of that event, to offer some sort of support of any kind or product or whatever. And then the third thing that I would say is what is not valuable, like you were saying, Nettie, was that this, you're not speaking to my problems. You are not interested in solving, articulating, serving, or highlighting my problems as an attendee at all. So, what's valuable is that, wow, you are showing you can articulate and like help me with whatever issues I'm dealing with. Like if I'm looking for a house, or if I'm looking for a roofer, or if I'm looking to open a business, or if I'm looking to lose weight or whatever, talk about the audience's problems and how you can fix them. And when you tell me that you understand my problems, I will see you as valuable, and you will thirdly have earned the right to offer a congruent, right? So if I'm here to learn about skiing perfection, and then you're like, and I'm going to sell you golf clubs. No, sell me the skiing course or your special skis or whatever. Don't sell me the golf clubs at the end, but talk to my problem. Don't talk just about how great you are and how many people you know and how long you've been in business, or how much a victim you are of society, or how you dominate in your industry, or yada yada yada. Believe it or not, your audience did not come for you. They came for themselves.
Absolutely. It's so true. And I'm sure as you're listening here, you are thinking about presentations that you've heard that fit all of the descriptors that Victoria just went through. I know I'm going through my mind. I'm like, yep, yep. And on the flip side, I have 100% been in a room where I felt very served, where I can remember elements of those presentations even today. And that's what you want.
Oh, that's
You want like what you give as far as that awareness or perspective to elevate the people that you're presenting for. You want them to take something away that changes their life in a positive way. And if you do, they will remember you. They'll remember your presentation. They'll talk about you. It might not be that day that they sign up for what you offer, but they will come back. They might send business your way. All of those things will be true. And the reason why we're talking about selling today is because if you set somebody up for that kind of success and then you don't make an offer, what's going to happen is they are looking for a solution, and either they're going to see you as less valuable because you didn't completely solve their problem by telling them the next step, or, and this has happened to me, so I know how painful it is,
Tell it.
you make an offer and the first next person they run into, they buy from. And you're going, oh my gosh, I just spent 3 days with them. It was a magical experience. And I don't know why they're not working with me right now. Well, lady, you didn't make an offer that they could then step into and begin work with you. And so that they opened their phone on a break, or they open their email the next morning, and what pops in is the next coach who is that now they are open to, offers something, and they step into it. And the next thing you hear is, oh my gosh, your presentation was so great. I signed up with, JoJo. And you're like, what just happened? I don't even understand. So please don't make this mistake. You have so much to offer, and you have to let people know, and you have to, set them up for success. And doing so is not a pitch fest. So I want to give you some practical takeaways here. Hopefully you've been taking notes today, because honestly, there's a lot in this one today. But we've already talked about this, and I'm just going to bottom line it for you. Number one, you have to identify an offer that is the right next step for someone who just experienced your event. It has to be aligned with what they've done, and it cannot be you holding back from something that you should have given them in the event. Number two, you build the agenda such that it elevates to the offer. Like you're going through the content, they're getting ahas, awareness, you understand their problem, they're engaging with the people around them, they feel really good, and then you've earned the right to share that next step. And I think it's really important, as Victoria said, to seed that at the very beginning. Literally, some of the first things that you say in your event are, hey, we're going to be doing XYZ things over the next day, 2 days, 1 hour, whatever it is. And we're going to complete these objectives. And if it makes sense at the end, I will share with you what the next steps are so that they're aware that it's coming. And then the third thing is practice. Practice. There's nothing to say you cannot practice your offer in the days leading up to your event. Find somebody to practice with. Don't just practice in front of a mirror, but literally have that conversation and allow yourself, and this is something that Victoria unlocked for me, is allow yourself to enjoy making the offer. Like, if you have to wear the clothes that feel the best to you, or you get to wear the clothes that feel best to you. You get to package that offer in a way that feels amazing to you. You get to say the words and share the experiences of other people who have received this, and include that in making the offer. Like, make it a joyful expression of your desire to work with them, not. Hold on, for those who are just listening, I am picking up a piece of paper. I am burying my face in said piece of paper. I am reading it. I'm feeling shameful about making the offer and hoping that nobody minds that I took 2 minutes of their time to, no, like, they should watch you making this offer and enjoy the experience of watching you make the offer. The whole thing should feel amazing. And that is something Victoria taught me, as she is the goddess of sales. And so if we're talking about this and you haven't thought about this already, please connect with us afterwards. Drop connect, reach out to Victoria. She's amazing at this kind of work. And I did just drop the word, right? So if you'd like to talk to us, type connect. We will follow up and create a shared dialogue for the three of us.
Yeah, I love it. But, well, here's the thing. Aren't you supposed to tell us what's coming next, though? So we're coming to the end of this conversation. about sales and how to feel better about it. Make sure you're not in a pitch fest with this episode, but what comes next? Is this the last episode of Wake Up Women Leaders?
Oh, we are just getting started. We are just getting started. So this is a really good example of making an offer. We make you an offer every single week, and that is an opportunity to join us next episode, next week. And we do this by teasing you with what the topic is going to be so that you can come and enjoy this 30 minutes with us. So next time when we get together, episode 12, we're going to be talking about the loneliness of leading a women's organization, the loneliness of being a woman leader at the top. And this happens to everyone. There is not one leader who goes unscathed in this experience. You are not alone. But we're going to talk about it next time.
I love it. And I look forward to everyone's comments below. Like, let's keep this conversation going. And looking forward to connecting. With that, big hugs and love. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.